in uptowns, okay, or in towns, yes, in towns. This is Sukumawiki. You can bear me witness that this is one of the best foods or best the vegetable that people are usually eating in towns. Yes. So today we have our professor, Mr. Martin, and he will continue to tell us much about agriculture so that we can have this knowledge for our growth, our development, and also changing our lives, because knowledge is power. Yes. So welcome, Mr. Martin.
Thank you very much, Mr. Absol Dream, for welcoming me into this another great episode. Indeed, I'm so much amazed to talk about Sukumawiki. Actually, Sukumawiki is just a Swahili name. Its common name or its English name is Kales. And this kale belong to a scientific family called Brassica family. So the kales are belonging to the Brassica family of the kingdom plantae, or the of the plant kingdom. So under the phylum, when you continue the classification, you can classify it up to the phylum level or the kingdom level, depending on the taxonomic levels of classification.
Hey, that's great. So, you see, that's great. That's great. The terms, my friend. Even writing the terms becomes a problem. So you see, the classification, it has classes classified in which group. Okay. So those are about plants. There are plants, different English names, and then botanic names. So it depends. It depends. So there are many names in agriculture. So we want to look at these kales. Kales. What are the benefits?
In fact, I'd prefer we just call it Brassica SPP or Brassica species. So that people can know this scientific.
Okay. Brassica.
Brassica SPP.
That's great. That's great. A common name that we refer to it in Sukumawiki. So before we talk about this plant, how did we get this name Sukumawiki?
Now,
Sukumawiki, yes.
I'm so much proud to be talking about this name Sukumawiki.
Yes.
This is a Swahili name, Sukumawiki, to mean
7 days.
Push the week.
7 days
push
a week.
The week, to mean push 7 days. And this Sukumawiki originated in the early 2000s, whereby we had hunger and whatever in Kenya.
Okay. It was about drought. Yes. Drought, lack of food. So it originated from somewhere.
So the origin came whereby this one and only first female professor in East Africa, and I can say even in Africa, because it is even recorded that Professor Wangari Maathai was the first female professor, and a graduate of Makerere University and all those other universities.
Yes, I will salute our professor. That was great. That was great.
Her soul rest
in peace. You are a pillar in the society.
So she's the one who came up with this name, Sukumawiki, in conjunction with the late President Mwai Kibaki. You can see all of them are there.
Mwai Kibaki.
Mwai Kibaki. And by then he was the president in the year 2002. From the year 2002 to the year 2011, I think.
It was such a coincidence. Because 2002, Kibaki the president, Wangari Maathai now comes up with the name 2001. We are talking about months, just a matter of months, then they came up with this great name. Yes.
So you can see they were very great researchers. So after Professor Wangari Maathai seeing that most of the people are consuming vegetables throughout the week, so they now started naming it Sukumawiki, because it was a vegetable for each and everyone in the country, Kenya. By then, throughout the week, like every day of the week, most of the households, majorly in Nairobi and its outskirts, were consuming this vegetable called kale, so the Brassica vegetables. So they came up with the name Sukumawiki.
So the reason behind this is hunger. hunger.
And I can't say the reason is basically hunger because it's a vegetable.
Or that is consumed daily.
Yeah,
maybe on daily basis.
So like it was a daily basic. It was a need for these people to consume it daily.
But also they
were merging it with ugali. Remember, you can't take vegetables alone or
ugali alone,
or carbohydrates alone, which is ugali. So you must merge the two, and also for you to form a balanced meal.
And also it's affordable.
Yeah,
it's affordable so because every family can easily manage to get at least 20 shillings to purchase a vegetable that can be enough for their family.
Of course,
yes. So that's why we want to talk about it so that we can see how beneficial or what is the interest of the human beings in this type of, especially in Kenya. Especially in Kenya. I don't know if there is another country where people eat Sukumawiki like us.
I don't think so, but most of the countries, like I can say, most of the East African countries, they are consuming this Sukumawiki. Like when you go to Tanzania, you'll find them consuming Sukumawiki a lot. And when you go to Uganda, you'll find them consuming Sukumawiki a lot.
Yes.
So in the East African countries, I can say they are consuming these kales. And it's not even in Eastern African countries, even in the US and the UK, you will find they also consume these kales vegetable.
Yes. And if my curiosity, can we say that the name Sukumawiki can be is known in other countries, or it's only in Kenya?
No, I can say since it is documented since the year, let me say, like for instance, since the year 2002, 2003 until now.
So it's a worldwide name.
2025. The books have been published, the magazines, the papers have been published with the name Sukumawiki. So you can see it has been popularized. So if the name has been popularized, it means the whole world now knows about
Sukumawiki.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and the origin is in Kenya.
And the origin of the name Sukumawiki is in Kenya. So that one shows you that Kenyans are great.
Kenyans are great.
Kenyans are great innovators.
That's great. That name, you see, at times we look at some things without just not knowing how far we have come.
Yeah, of course.
Because when you look at it, you think it's a normal thing that we just found it a name as, and then most of the most of the naming of things you find that Europe used to be done by the colonial.
Most of the scientific names were done in Latin. That's why I said the scientific name of Sukumawiki.
Yeah. So we came with our own.
Whatever. So Kenyans decided to come
with their own Latin name.
Yeah. That is and you can see, you can even see its double name. That is Sukumawiki. So
it has a relationship.
Yeah.
So the days, the number of days. It's scientific.
Yeah. Because scientific names are named. They are
usually
two parts.
Two parts.
See, like the genus parts and the specific parts.
Okay. That's great.
For instance, you can say a lion is called Panthera leo.
The
genus being the Panthera and the Leo being the species. So the Kenyans, I can say, the Professor Wangari Maathai then said Sukumawiki. So we can say in this case, maybe she identified the Sukuma to be the genus part and the wiki to be the specific part. We don't know.
That's great.
So she was innovative in her.
Yes, that's great. That's great. I like your points, the way you are putting them, because
I don't know.
Yes, it's good to have knowledge. Knowledge is power.
Of course.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah.
So let's start from the preparation, planting, and then harvesting to the market, and the benefits of Sukumawiki to our bodies. Yes. So the preparation,
actually,
land preparation, and then
being a vegetable.
Yes.
Majorly, I can say when it comes to land preparation, you need to carry out primary tillage, secondary tillage, and tertiary tillage is not that much. Unless you are doing the ones with vegetable. Actually, we have two types of Sukumawiki. We have those ones that you can plant the suckers, and we have those ones that you can plant the seeds.
Yes.
So for those ones that you are planting the seeds, you will be required to carry out tertiary tillage.
Yes.
And when I'm talking about tertiary tillage, I mean you prepare a seed bed, then you plant the seeds in the seed bed, and then once they are ready after a period of 30 days, you transplant them to the main field. So let me come to this point whereby you are transplanting vegetables into the main field. You need to prepare your soil to a medium till. A medium till whereby you don't have very big soil clods like let me show you soil clods that I'm talking about. Just a minute.
Yes.
Very big soil clods like these ones. These ones are very big soil clods. You don't prepare your land to that soil clods, but you prepare them to medium soil clods like these ones. You see these ones are medium clods.
Okay.
So you prepare your soil to those medium clods.
So that it can be loose.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you don't prepare it to very fine tilt like this. Very smooth.
It's cool.
Yeah. Let it not be dusty. Let it just be medium tilt.
Yes.
After preparing your soil that way, make sure that the pH of your soil is slightly acidic and should not be basic, because Sukumawiki vegetables they thrive well in acidic soils. So you prepare slightly. When I am saying slightly acidic, I mean a pH scale of around 6.0.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
pH. When you talk about pH, what are you meaning to you, so that most of us maybe someone cannot understand.
Yeah.
So when you talk about pH,
so
can you narrow it down or just make it so that someone who does not have the knowledge about pH and can understand? What do you mean with the word pH?
pH simply means potential of hydrogen.
Okay, potential of hydrogen, yes.
What are the hydrogen ions?
Okay, that's nice.
So you check on the hydrogen ions in your soil. So for this case, your potential of hydrogen or your soil pH should be at a range of 6.0.
Okay,
average.
That's great.
So when the pH is at 6.0, it means it's slightly acidic. Though the pH scale of around 5 can be encouraged, or maybe slightly basic of around 7, 7.5 to around 8.1 can be encouraged. But for this case, the vegetables won't be growing that much well.
Okay.
And then after making your land,
so you prepare the land,
checking all those, you now do your transplanting. The transplanting is very simple. The Sukumawiki does well at a spacing of 20 centimeter by 30 centimeter.
Oh, size of a ruler.
Yeah,
spacing.
So you space them at a spacing of 20
to 30 centimeters.
20 by 30 centimeters.
Yes.
So when you do your calculation, 20 centimeter by 30 centimeter, you can identify the number of crops you can grow in an acre.
Yes.
So that one is your calculation. You can do it by your own.
Okay.
And then that is 1 month transplanting. Then it takes around another 1 month for you to start harvesting the kales.
Okay.
Management practices that you need to carry out on these kales of yours are mulching, whereby you cover around the crop root zone with dry grass or any other. It can be even synthetic mulch. And then you can do watering or irrigation. You can also do fertilizer application. But I'll encourage you to use manure. Use organic manure. Don't use fertilizers, because we are taking care of our soil,
our environment also. Yes.
Then apart from manuring and irrigation, you can do what else? I think you can also do the weeding. Yeah, you remove the weeds and any unwanted crop in that field, you remove it. Those are some of the practices you can do. You can control pest and disease. Use organic pesticides like oxalis. You improvise organic pesticides using oxalis. Apart from oxalis, you can also use sodium apple to improvise. You can also use how do you call it? These pepper. Yeah, you can also use pepper to improvise your organic pesticide, so that you avoid using inorganic pesticides. Though some of the inorganic pesticides you can use here include copper fungicides for fungal infections, or borax. Apart from those copper fungicides, you can also use these pesticides called ornithine or ornithine. Then we have Confido for diseases. You can use it to control. In case there is leaf folding as a result of too much cold, you can use Confido. So those are some of the management practices you can do.
So when we talk about now, we have planted the crop now, the vegetable. You have planted it now. Our period. How long does it take? How long does it take to mature? How long does it take to mature?
If you are using the remember I said we have two categories or two species of Sukumawiki.
Yes.
Whereby the first one we are growing the ones with seeds, and the next one we are growing them from suckers.
Yes.
So if I use the one from suckers, it takes around 1 month for you to start harvesting.
Yes.
If you're growing the ones with from seeds, it means you are starting from zero.
Yes.
So you'll be waiting for a period of around 2 months for you to have your first harvest.
Oh, that's great. Around 2 months. Yes.
Yeah. The advantages of using the ones with suckers is that they have a long lifespan, unlike the ones that you're growing from seeds.
So there is that advantage of you can take a long period of time harvesting it. Okay. So as opposed to the one that you plant
from seeds. The one from seeds lasts to a period of around 1 year maximum. And then they are over, they are finished. And then the one for suckers can last up to more than 3 years.
How you maintain it.
Yeah, so the more you maintain it, the more you get. More.
So now
you asked me another question about the benefits of these kales.
The benefits of kales.
Yeah, the benefits of Sukumawiki. So Sukumawiki is an edible vegetable.
Yes.
And so I can say it's a source of vitamins to most of the households.
Yes.
Apart from it being a source of vitamins to the households, we can also sell it to earn income.
Yes.
Once you earn income, we have those people who can export it from Kenya to Tanzania. I normally see the vegetables being transported all the way from Nakuru County, Kenya, to Mombasa. Imagine, it's because the Mombasa people are living in, let me say, maybe the area is slightly dry. I can't say it's that much arid, but it's semi-arid.
Yes.
So they don't have that privilege to grow these kales. So how do they get them? They are getting from the other part of
the country.
So
it's transported to the other. Yes.
So you see, those people, when they export them, they can earn income.
So it's readily available to the market.
So the other thing is that these vegetables can't be exported if we have inefficient roads. So it means roads must be efficient. I'm very sure when you go to those sides of Nakuru and wherever, you'll see the way roads have been refurbished or remodeled. So you
development in terms of roads, construction of roads, infrastructure is very important. So that to enable these fresh food, fresh vegetables to go to other destinations. Yes.
So you see, infrastructure also is improved. So you see, when we grow these kales, it has all its advantages. Now the disadvantage comes in this way, whereby
before you talk about the disadvantage, you see, it seems like it's also cheap to maintain.
Of course, you don't require too much labor for you to maintain the kales.
That's why,
in fact, for you to have the first harvest, you only need to weed once.
Yes.
So you don't need a
lot of weeding, a lot of maintenance. So it's not also prone to diseases. Of course. And then that's why you will find that maybe it's cheap. It's cheap, so it's affordable. So anybody can buy. You cannot say that if you don't have even the money to buy, someone can lend you 10 shillings, 20 shillings. It's easily to give someone 10 shillings when you are suffering. Maybe you don't have something to eat. Yes. So the disadvantages.
So I don't think if it has a lot of disadvantages.
In terms of maybe if you can say disadvantage in terms of planting or the period that they take, or in terms of consuming. Yes,
whereby most of those people who are ulceratic or they are prone to ulcers, or
it is
high blood pressure or hypertension.
Yes.
Having known that this crop is grown in an acidic condition, so it will be growing with that acid. Acid content in it. So most of these people won't be consuming acidic foods. They are discouraged from taking Sukumawiki. Though it's very sweet, whether you have ulcers and whatever, you just find yourself consuming it. So it can lead to addiction. The more you consume it, you can feel you are consuming it. You need to consume it day in, day out. So you see, the disadvantage is like an advantage in the other way. The disadvantage is addiction. Like, I don't want to say that it's much acidic, because now that one is depending on the doctor's level of prescription. They can prescribe to you, take less Sukumawiki.
And then I don't think if there is someone who cannot take Sukumawiki.
Most of
in a normal life setup,
Yeah,
normal
in a
life setup.
normal setup. And let me say,
unaweza sema nimechoka kula sukuma kweli.
No, you can see 10 when I rate it on the consumption of Sukumawiki
Consumption
in a
rate,
scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, I can say 9 out of 10 are taking Sukumawiki. In our
9 out of 10.
Yeah,
that's a very big scale.
Yeah.
And then when we talk about Sukumawiki and then the benefit of Sukumawiki, what is the opposite? What is the relationship between Sukumawiki and cabbage?
Okay.
What is it? What is yes?
What I can say,
yes,
Sukumawiki and cabbage, they all belong to
the same group,
the same family.
Yes.
The Brassica family.
Yes.
But what varies is the species, whereby the Sukumawiki species, it grows the leaves whereby they don't fold like this.
Yes.
But for the vegetables, the leaves do fold together. They come together and then they form
for the cabbage. They make something like a nut.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for the Sukumawiki,
they spread the normal leaves.
They spread the leaves. That is the only difference I can say. And then maybe in terms of taste, we have that slight difference.
Yeah, in terms of taste, you'll find that the Sukumawiki is sweeter than the cabbage.
And then the other thing, maybe when I talk about the green ones, you'll find that for the Sukumawiki it is purely green.
Yes.
But for the cabbage, you'll find the outer layer is green, but the inner layer is white.
Okay.
Yeah. So can be the difference.
But there are different cabbages.
Yeah.
Cabbages. They want the red.
We have the red cabbage. Even we have the red Sukumawiki. So we have various species.
Okay. We are used to the green.
Yeah. That's why I was specific while I was saying the green one.
Okay. So that's great. You see now. In our marketplaces, in our household, this is the most eaten type of vegetable because it's cheap, it's readily available to the market, and you can find that now that the farming practices for it is not that expensive.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's great. I wanted just to talk about our Kenyan Sukumawiki, not the Kales. Not we are talking about the Kales, but that's sisi tunatumia Sukumawiki. Hiyo ndio tunataka kuongea about Sukumawiki. How did the name came? How did we came up with the name? We have found that Professor Wangare Maathai, the late, was the one who came up with this great name, and it has become a household name.
Of course.
A household name, because when you talk about it, nobody can, everybody, even watoto wanajua Sukumawiki ni nini. Yeah. So that's great, Mr. Martin, for giving us a history about Sukumawiki, the benefits, and how you can plant it and prepare it. So realize that farming is the backbone of our country. So we are advised to keep it on.
Yeah.
Keep farming. We don't have another option.
Yeah.
That's the only way to go.
The only advice I can tell these our viewers and whatever is that our viewers and our fans is that just go get your Sukumawiki today. We talked about BSF, so you can get your BSF. We talked about poultry, you can get poultry, but for today,
yes,
ensure that you are taking Sukumawiki.